Hey Zookeepers, it's your boy Brandon, one of the Kaiju Hollywood bad boys here with a very hot episode. We're doing Cloverfield finally. We put this off forever, and also we're having on Richard Kniazuk, who is one of the original founders of machine culture. We've been trying to do this for years, and you know what? Worth the wait. Very great episode. As always, if you like what you hear, email us at podzookiepodcast@gmail.com with anything you might want us to read online. Maybe give us a movie recommendation, but more importantly, tell a friend. Word of mouth really helps. We're on YouTube now at Podzookie as well. Subscribe there. Also helps. Just, anything. Let the people know. Fun podcast. That's all we need. It's a simple solution for a complicated world, as they say. As always, let's just get to the episode. It's Cloverfield. How did it take this long? We've almost been around for 10 years and we haven't done Cloverfield. We're a monster movie podcast. Silly. Just straight up silly.
Render unto Ghidra what is Ghidra's. 10 to 1 he sees you through a beaker and a tweezers. Read the fine print and be like, what's the big deal? Spun wheels of steel since broke wheel, big wheel. Back when it was greasy as curl, now it's easy dread. Had a rhyme on how they used to tease him about his peasy head. Yes, y'all, to the beat. Have a ball.
Never was a game girl, though. Think about that?
I think no. Closest was a Wonder Swan.
Yeah. What about game people? Let's extrapolate on that.
There was that party.
The Randy Newman song.
Yeah. Nobody likes
Got
game
no reason
people.
to live.
It's so funny that, okay, this is a good way to start off, that Randy Newman is such a good, litmus test of how bad it was going to get for media literacy, that, in the late 90s and early 2000s, he started having a resurgence because of all the Toy Story movies, and people were like, this is so mean. He thinks short people should kill themselves? It's like...
Wait, Twister?
What?
No. Twister? I said no, Pixar.
You said
Twister.
I said Pixar.
You said Twister, 100%.
I gotta go to bed at a good time tonight.
I thought I heard Twister.
Maybe I said Twister.
You absolutely
I'm gonna hear it back when I
Twister.
edit, and I'm gonna be like, I said Twister. I'm losing my fucking mind. But anyway, since of all the Pixar movies he was in,
We're not recording yet, are we?
we are recording.
Okay.
Yeah. I say crunch harder.
Well,
If you got misophonia,
I'm trying to get it
fucked.
out of the way because I put it in there as we started recording.
Luke, you know what we say about this podcast. Crunchitize me, Captain.
Crunch me, Captain. But anyways,
Is that the new sign off now?
No, God, no.
we'll
we
see.
can't afford to do that.
In this economy. No.
So, oops, all donuts. Got it.
But yeah, I feel like, anyways, Randy Newman in the early aughts and all the way to the mid 10s of getting more popular, and then people finding his music and be like, he's so mean, he's so racist. I can't believe this. It's nobody knows what satire is
Just because of
anymore.
short people?
Well, do you know his catalog?
I mean, I know short people and...
He has a song about rednecks where he uses the N-word too.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that song.
Randy Newman?
I listened to that song the other day.
But it is done as satirical as the point from Redneck saying it. It is probably not so good, and you can do that anymore days, but I get what he was going for.
I was always disappointed in Randy Newman because I thought because of his name he'd be hornier.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, I also
He's a
wouldn't...
little horny, though. In a sense.
I also wouldn't really...
Not horny enough, I agree with that.
I don't think he's a satirist so much as his songs are just kind of dumb.
Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, because he comes up with a really simple melody and then just... I don't know how to come up with lyrics.
If
I just
Mitch
come up with a
Cameo
crazy man.
Peely is listening to this, he's going to be so pissed. He loves
Even
Randy Newman. I
even
do like
short
Randy Newman,
people,
too.
he said, I think he's said, I was just thinking about a crazy guy.
Yeah, but that's
That's
fun. That's good songwriting, right?
Exactly. Regardless of anything, Randy Newman has a very special place in my childhood. I love Toy Story, so whatever that song, You Got a Friend in Me. That's a lovely little song.
Bugs Life, they did too, because they thought
Bug
they could
Life?
get the juice again.
Yeah, You Got a Bug in Me. I love that song.
My parents were really...
You got a bug in me.
My parents really loved Bob and Tom, and they had somebody on there doing
You didn't use a rubber.
yeah, Randy Newman and a whole bunch of the Lord of the Rings, but the theme's done by Randy Newman.
That's pretty good. Welcome to Podzookie, America's only Randy Newman podcast, where we're going through all of the Randy hits. Also, we talk about monster movies too sometimes. I'm one of your Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Brandon Kirkman.
I'm another one of you Kaiju Hollywood bad boys, Luke Evans Flip.
I'm your third Hollywood kaiju bad boy, Martin Felshman. Brandon, why don't you introduce... Are you a returning guest? Or
You
is
are
this your
returning
first
guest.
time here?
First time.
No,
First
wait,
time.
we haven't had you before?
On Podzookie, first time.
Wow, we've been friends for so long.
I'm gonna kill myself. I can't believe this.
Brandon,
we've tried.
That's your season 1 catchphrase.
Yeah, I probably did see that a lot when we first started recording. Now I have to say KMS, and now I have to say unalive myself because I don't want to make sure my Instagram stories get seen by everybody.
Yeah, we want to be on YouTube
Yeah.
Exactly.
one day.
isn't that the most embarrassing thing in late stage capitalism, where everything's working to crush and kill us, but we have to be like, well, I can't say kill on Instagram because I won't get views. Man, we're so fucked. We are so fucked. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna
say fucked.
I'm gonna pull up Podzookie and put in Richard's name. I could have sworn that.
Richard,
I feel really
introduce
bad.
yourself.
Hi, I'm Richard Kniazuk. Hello, my fellow Zooks.
Hey, Zookin.
Thanks for being here,
It finally
Richard.
works. The Podzookie and Kniazuks formally meet. But thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, was the movie your idea that we're doing today?
Actually, it was mine because I realized that we have not done it, and then it's also on.
Okay, so you did plan this because
I did
like
plan it.
it's been so long, that it seems like we should have done Cloverfield, and it's also been so long that it seems like we should have had Richard on.
This is all correct because also I just looked it up when I was trying to find it's the episode Jesse was on, which was Honey I Blew Up the Kid. So we've gotten all of the former producers of Machine Culture on here except for Richard. I've come to atone for my sins. We should have had you on sooner. At the end of this, you will be able to behead me in honor and gain your pride back.
Well, no, I think
Thank
it
you.
makes sense. He wanted to wait until we were at least 100 episodes in to make sure we had staying power.
Yeah, we had the real juice.
At least. I've been harboring this for quite some time.
Yeah.
Close to 10 years next year.
This
Oh
would
my
be funny
God.
if you just brought out a huge list of your grievances you've been waiting for so long.
Finally here.
Yeah. But Richard,
Unroll the scroll.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, so my name is Richard Kniazuk. I helped co-found Machine Culture, the network that Podzookie is on, as well as many other shows. We've had a lot of comedians, artists of all sorts, all types, in a lot of shows. We had a lot of interview shows. We've had some scripted shows, which have been great. And yeah, I think after
Kind of ridden the wave of podcasting.
I mean, really,
Risen
it is
and
truly
crashed.
the arc is there, especially with like Clerk and Dagger, which I think was the biggest one we had going. We got like 2 AV Club write-ups. I never looked at the statistics, but I think we had pretty good downloads.
Yeah, we had some solid downloads for that. And
good
yes,
downloads.
AV Club shouted us out, which was very sweet.
Yeah, twice.
I
Back
think.
when it meant something.
I remember that being like somebody I know got into the AV club.
Yeah. It was a pretty cool point and a nice highlight at the time. I mean,
was exciting.
I'm really proud of the 2 seasons we did for Click and Dagger because you wrote on it, I wrote on it, Jesse did as well. Like it felt like honest to God, like we're doing like real comedy room writing, and it was a really fun experience. I have very fond memories of the early days. And then we're actually getting ready for a new podcast for the first time in X amount of years with the Magic
been a few.
podcast we're getting ready to post up and do. But well, I'll leave all the behind the scenes stuff out of this though because we're here to talk monster movies.
You got to bleep out even what card game that was. People are going to be too excited.
Well, we're already live with like the blue sky and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone knows.
Yeah,
this
all
is
of
a
our fan are
Neopets
gonna be-
focus.
And also
Spoiled.
this would be coming out in like 2 weeks, so I think by then things will be up and going anyway. So
Okay, well,
we haven't
I'm
spoiled anything.
I'm very excited for your MetaZoo related podcast.
So here's the thing: have you ever thought about MetaZoo, where like I don't even know what it is as a card game? Is it any good? I feel like it's maybe.
Is this related to
I'm
the
sure
metaverse?
it's fine. No,
It's literally a card game just called MetaZoo, where it's like a knockoff Digimon Pokemon card game. And you'd say to yourself, wow, that makes sense. That probably came out in 1998 to 2003. No, it came out like 3 years ago.
Isn't it by some sort of forest association?
Okay, I'm pulling it up.
Who makes those cards?
I don't know. I thought it was people trying to ride the wave of popularity and quote unquote investments into
Oh my God.
sealed trading
I mean,
cards.
know who
their
made this?
logo absolutely
Randy
looks like
Newman.
magic.
Wait, did Randy Newman?
No,
make-
no,
Oh,
it was,
okay.
I was really selling
I
it.
was really excited, Brandon. Who made it?
Got a card game.
has
Oh,
to be
this is so
someone.
stupid. Yeah, it's Richard Garfield.
Wait,
The cat?
No, oh, sorry, I'm too deep into Magic. Richard Garfield's very famous because he's the one that originally designed.
Yeah,
and
he's a
made
cat
Magic.
on
No, he made
newspaper.
Magic the Gathering,
He loves lasagna.
and he loves
Brandon.
lasagna, and he lives with John Arbuckle.
That's nice. Another fellow Richard.
Yeah,
Richard Garfield.
Richards are pretty creative and attractive. We love. Listen, we took a really good Game Boy camera picture of Richard.
So
before we
is it
started.
just like when they do like a PETA version of a video game or something?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. That's actually, I think, a good way to put that. And it's, I mean, just doing the blurb, it sounds
Not as
like,
gross as PETA, hopefully.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound like this is actively trying to shame other corporations, or I guess just people.
Yeah, veteran.
Not just being gross for gross sake.
Veteran development from creators like Richard Garfield and former Pokemon executives. The card also featured a Hello Kitty themed crossover with Sanrio.
So
It is
two
ironic.
cats.
It is ironic. They do kill as many pets as PETA.
Yeah.
In the MetaZoo.
Yeah.
Oh, it started on August 1st, 2020. This was doomed out the gate, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I still see him occasionally.
You know what got unfairly treated, or like in retrospect, fucking Quibi.
Quibi, yeah,
When they
Quibi
came
could have
out
been
Quibi
big.
was ahead of its
2020,
time.
And yeah, because of TikTok, it still probably would fail if it came around today because
Oh,
they're trying to do their
100%.
original program.
At least we're still making Quibi jokes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did really
we're still
like,
maligning it.
I liked that season of Reno 911 they gave us.
I mean, let's talk about the big one. I think the My Brother, Me show was pretty good. Was that Quibi?
That was not Quibi.
Oh,
that
was
CISO?
CISO.
Yeah.
Okay, Quibi just fucks
Yeah,
with
no,
Quibi.
CISO was gone by the time Quibi came
CISO
around.
also doomed out the gate.
Yeah.
I don't even know what CISO was really. Was it
I don't
like a
like
streaming
It
service?
was like an NBC like branded streaming,
But focused on
affiliate.
comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was because I know Cameron Esposito had a show, and I actually bought all the seasons
Take My
of
Wife,
Bajillion
Please.
Dollar Property.
Bajillion wasn't bad. I thought it was pretty funny.
It was Reno 911 with realty shows
I think
instead
they
of.
gave money to that production company that like Tim Heidecker, Sarah Silverman, and Michael Cera founded.
Oh yeah, there was
And didn't produce anything.
I was gonna
That
say,
was
yeah, I don't
short-lived.
remember them.
I
doing
forgot
any
the names.
season
It had a
shows.
funny name that was fun to say.
Yeah.
Quelch or something like that. Splooch. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Thanks,
I
Brandon.
have,
Look
a,
it
I have a
up,
laptop
Brandon.
today. I'm pretty smart today.
Well, we're doing Cloverfield.
Yes.
'Cause you read that now. What's everybody's experience with Cloverfield? Because I graduated in 2007, and this movie came out in January 2008, and I remember the teaser trailer being a big deal, getting a lot of buzz on the internet.
Huge.
I do remember that.
And
Same.
then
Jash. It was called Jash.
Jash.
and then the movie finally coming out, and not seeing it in theaters, but seeing it later on DVD, and it seems so silly to think now that this was like a legitimate movie
Yeah,
when it came
yes.
out that was taken seriously.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's interesting because rewatching this. I mean, not to give away my spoiler for the reviews later. I was enjoying it quite a bit. I was surprised. I mean, there's a lot of nostalgia tied to this for sure.
The very first time I've seen this movie was yesterday, so I don't necessarily have nostalgia for it, at least from viewing it. But like, I remember the ad campaign for it. I've seen clips of this movie before, so I know other people's response to it.
And it has all of our favorite comedian T.J. Miller,
Good,
Chicago's own.
Good old terrific
Playing
job,
HUD.
Miller.
Yeah, playing HUD. Interesting thing I want to talk about as we get into more of the nitty gritty and behind the scenes. This was directed. This is a thing I was bringing up to Barbara, my beautiful wife. Is that it was directed by Matt Reeves. I thought it was directed by J.J. Abrams for so long because he put his name and stink all over it. He just
Yeah.
produced it.
No,
No,
this
this
was
was the
He's Mr. the Batman.
Yes, no, it's the exact same fucking thing as Tim Burton did with Nightmare Before
Yeah,
Christmas.
it's 100% that.
and it's also J.J. Abrams I think likened himself to like a Spielberg, and
Yes.
Spielberg
But
produces
bad.
a bunch of stuff. But
Yeah.
this was the first movie. It was the second movie that Bad Robot did. I can't remember what the first Joyride with Paul Walker.
Oh, I kind of like Joyride.
from 2001.
That's kind of a good horror film.
But this is the first movie that Bad Robot made after Lost was a huge success.
Yeah.
So
And
I
also,
think-
to go back to the director, Matt Reeves, director I like quite a bit. I know we've had different opinions on it, but I liked The Batman a lot, which he directed.
Oh, yeah.
He also
like
did
that movie.
The Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and that series that followed it afterwards, too.
I didn't care about those.
The interesting thing about this, too, written by Drew Goddard, who might be one of my all-time favorites, even though he hasn't done a ton, because his movies, the only two he's directed really are Cabin in the Woods, which might be my all-time favorite horror film.
Great horror film.
And then Bad Times at El Royale, which is another great film I really love. So this is a lot of really good writer and director power going into this film. A lot of unknown actors. I think T.J. Miller really is like the most famous person other than Lizzie
Well,
Kaplan.
it was his first movie,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was nobody at the time. And yeah, Lizzie Kaplan, probably from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And before this.
Then you got the guy who played Ginsburg later in Mad Men.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that too.
You know, I've realized recently that that's like a play on words, that they're ad men.
Yeah. I've had a lot of so many things like that in my life.
Wow,
where-
it's been 12 fucking years.
yeah.
Right? When did Batman come out?
I feel like it's longer than that.
Wow, it's been 15 fucking years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that scene at the end when Don Draper has the inspiration for Coke, and so it's like, wait, Madmen.
Blew the door wide open.
Great series.
It works on a lot of levels.
It does.
We got into a little bit too. I mean, I've been into. I mean, that's the reason the podcast exists. Monster movies, and especially big monster movies, forever since I was even a kid. So I was pretty hyped when I saw this opening night, especially with past guest Nick Johnson and a few others that have been on this too. I liked it a lot when I saw it, and we'll get to how I feel about it again.
So you saw it
afterward.
in theaters.
I saw it in theaters.
Oh, wow.
It also got a bigger budget and more time in production because it got so much hype, and it's it's so funny how things have changed. This was released in 2008, where like back in the day, like, oh, we got to incubate this and make sure it's good and give it money. Now it's like, get it out faster, cut the production time, cut the money. It needs to go out tomorrow. Man, it sucks so bad right now in 2026.
That is some credit I want to give the film. I think the concept, because, oh man, it is a found footage film. Oh, sorry. It is a found footage film. And, like, this isn't the first found footage film, but it's the first one to incorporate it into kind of a kaiju story.
Yeah.
And to do it in a actually pretty interesting way.
Yeah.
I feel like the acting and writing do not live up to how well the concept was executed in other ways.
Everybody's kind of like batting at different acting like powers in this film, which is really funny to me. The only character, I mean, spoiler, the only character who survives Lily, who's like the best, the girlfriend, not the girlfriend, but the best friend to her, is like, she's like, I'm like, she's really good. She's acting really like well in this film. TJ Miller's like, this is for sure his first film, 100%.
Yeah.
And then
That's why they gave him the camera.
And the main guy, Michael
one
Stahl
job.
David, I'd say, even though he's kind of like the main focus, I think he's a pretty good actor. But they don't spend as much time as you think you would on it, because once again, with the camera and how it's following everybody.
Yeah.
It's an interesting cast, I think, for how they do everything. I guess
Richard, what was your experience when the movie came
I'm
out?
so sorry.
Why didn't you see it? Or...
So when it came out in 2008, I also just remember the viral marketing campaign. They also apparently did some stuff on MySpace too.
Yeah, that first trailer of the Statue of Liberty's head.
Yeah,
It's pretty much
very
the entire
memorable.
scene from the movie of the Statue of Liberty's head being thrown into the middle of the city.
And I remember being curious about it, but it took however many years, do the math, to
props to them too, because I think
see
it is a really like significant image to the film, and like to capture that for the ad campaign, it's like, yeah, it was like, oh, I gotta see what's going on with this thing. This is crazy.
I did think it was adorable that people were definitely referencing 9/11, because they were like, what if there's another terrorist attack?
Yeah.
That would be funny to do that straight up, like in 2008, when the American public could not process that at that point.
Would you people responding to the trailer, or people say that in the movie?
Oh, they say that in the movie.
I mean, definitely. I mean, 9/11 is...
Fresh wound.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
if
so
the
many
movie's
years.
about anything other than a giant monster, it's about 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just urban terror that way.
Yeah.
When I was watching it for the first time, also yesterday, that's what really came to mind when there were plumes of smoke and people running away from it. I was just thinking, for anyone who was
Especially,
Be dramatic.
especially at the beginning when they're in that convenience store
Oh,
and they're
boy,
all
yes.
covered in plaster. That's
Yeah.
like that had
Did anyone
to
else
have
have
been
thought like they
inspired
gotta
by.
have so much asbestos on them right now?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
immense amounts of building dust and insulation.
Yeah. Which, I mean, even just regular is very bad for you, and that's why so many responders have had medical issues over the years.
Brandon, you're right. The monster is kind.
The
doesn't want those people living with that.
Yeah, that's true. He's a thoughtful little guy. All right, there's the usual Abigail appearance as she's going back and forth.
Oh, sweetheart.
Yeah, look at that little pouch.
So our main character is Rob Howell,
Yes.
and he's got a big boy job in Japan. So his
Rob
He's
Hawkins,
the vice
by the way.
president
Yeah.
of Japan.
Did
Yeah,
they
Vice
ever
President of Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, they just say new job. They never specify exactly what he does.
It's linked
right?
to the whole viral ad and company of they did Slusho drinks, which is something that J.J. Abrams likes to do as a joke. Like, I think since Alias, it's been tied to a lot of his productions.
Oh.
It's been the project name for this one.
Yes.
One of them. At
And
least.
also something with Super 8, too, when he put that into production as well.
It's one of the things that kind of annoys me about the movie. There was a lot of like, oh, this is actually cool if you read this thing and you know
Yeah.
the backstory, and if you look at the end, you can see something fall into the water.
I mean, this was kind of
Exactly.
the...
It wasn't contained in the movie.
Yeah, if it's not in the movie, I don't give a shit.
I kind of like that, though, but this was definitely one of those first things of, like, how to really monopolize on a viral marketing campaign in the digital age.
This
which is
was
really
like at a
interesting.
point when everybody had the internet at this point.
Yes.
This wasn't where like maybe if you're out in the country, you didn't have very good internet, but everybody knew what the internet was and they used it.
Yes.
Yeah, Ma, Pa, Mima, Gma.
This was
All
also
had
Gmail.
MySpaces.
you talked about this being
My
found
Ma.
footage. It's not the first found footage, but
Hima.
it's like the earliest of them using CGI effects.
And boy, when you
Mixed
actually can
with
see
it.
that CGI in a few of the scenes, it's shitty.
It's rough, but again, like
It's still cool. I like it.
The framing device of it being found footage of someone like constantly running around
Yeah.
like that. Like I like that
And
as a way to hide
It both
those effects.
elevates the shaky cam aspect and also hides the poor quality of the CG effects.
As a
Yes,
huge
it
fan
does.
of tokusatsu, I can also never judge something for bad CGI. So
This movie, I also realized halfway through this movie, it only was working for me in my head if TJ Miller had a camera as a head for like most of it.
Well, when you really think
It's
about
very true. He's very good at steady shot.
Yeah, he's constantly holding it because this is before smartphones. Like
Yeah.
in one more year, it would have been everybody filming with a smartphone.
Yeah.
What if they just had a scene where they cut out where you could see him holding it, but he's got like a swivel arm that perfectly calibrates wherever it moves,
I remember
like a Gary's mod.
Oh, that'd be so good.
at the beginning of the movie when Rob Hawkins,
Yeah, Rob Hawkins.
Rob Hocktua, so
Rob Hocktua.
when
Spit on that Cloverfield.
when Rob pops into his surprise party, one thing that I was seeing was just the different types of phones that people
Oh,
have.
I loved it
Oh,
so
yeah,
much.
it was so
It felt
fun.
so. We got to go
Phones
back.
could still be fun.
Yeah, when they could still be fun, when they
You
could
could
look
have
like the Matrix
a little
phone.
variety
Yeah.
where it wasn't all just the single monolith.
And I would still probably get a sidekick if they bring those back. I
hell
didn't
yeah.
have
So
one. I had a
satisfying.
Razor.
Oh man, those anime commercials.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
man.
Yeah,
God, now we look at phone bad, make us feel bad.
Phone is
don't
bad.
like it.
I
Phone
do
used to be
not
good.
Like it.
Phone used to be good.
yeah.
And so they're throwing Rob
Phone
a
used to be
going
Razor.
away party in their massive downtown Manhattan loft.
yeah,
Yes.
Friends
Oh,
style,
exposed brick.
huge.
I feel like I could say exposed brick, and you instantly can imagine what the scene looks like if you've never
Like
seen
they
it.
had nice wooden rafters.
Yeah, that little hanging lights.
How much his new vice president job in Japan must be paying him if that's what he can afford while living in New York City.
So, funny thing, I had to mention this, and this is a very big part of the film to me too, is a huge soundtrack that just blasts me so hard with nostalgia. They have the
The party.
Oh
Yeah, Rob's playlist.
Yeah, Rob's play was actually a pretty big part in marketing of it because this is a funny thing. They realized that it wasn't going to have like a main soundtrack, so they're like, we'll put a bunch of music in for the party scene that we can market for the soundtrack itself. Was kind of a huge hit itself, but
And basically exactly what would have been playing at a party if you were in college
Oh, yeah,
around
no,
that time.
it's a wonderful time capsule of the era of like 2006 to 2008.
As soon as I heard, was it Phantom Planet
Yes.
playing in the background, I thought, is this a cool party?
it is.
It's a party I've
whoever
sort of been to, but in a smaller
I will say,
place.
if when I was like 19, I probably wanted to be like these super rich but don't seem it yuppie people living in New York.
No, these people with like undescript jobs.
How
pulled
many
it up
people are
again.
at that friggin' party?
Like
I don't know that
30
many
or
people
40.
in.
yeah, he had like
My
100
life.
people.
Also,
Yeah.
TJ Miller, terrible job. His entire job at the party is to like interact with people and be like, "Oh, let's get a job for Rob." He talks to like 5 people.
And he
Yeah,
sexually
yes.
harasses Lizzie Kaplan for a little while.
Yes.
He was up in her face so
So
much.
which
She's so clearly uncomfortable.
I don't appreciate.
Right there.
Lizzie is very pretty.
Oh,
yeah, of course,
Listen, if
yeah.
we're gonna mention it, God, I find her so attractive.
Yeah.
it's
I'm
throughout
sorry,
her
I don't
entire
want to be
career.
weird about it.
No,
She's the girl that all of us had a crush on in high school.
absolutely.
Yes.
We
And then,
knew a girl like her.
and then also sing "Party Down" and be like, "Oh shit, she really funny too. She's a really good
Oh,
actor."
Party Down was fantastic.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah.
to talk about how bad a job HUD is doing, their friend Beth shows up, and it turns out now we already know that Beth and Rob have slept together.
Oh yes, through the framing device of the government tape that we found.
Yeah, because they were recording each other on their secret date like fucking weirdos.
Yeah,
It
staying
wasn't-
in their dad's
I-
apartment.
Yeah,
who
I
looks
don't think
like
it's
Alan
supposed
Thicke.
to. So it's supposed to be
Could've been
Alan
Alan
Thicke's
Thicke.
apartment.
The thick of it.
Alan Thicker.
Again, like they've apparently been best friends since college, and he's been in love with her, and she's not been committed to him or whatever. I don't know what the actual situation is with them.
It does. They are an unrequited love. Because when I
Yes.
first saw it in college, I thought that they were dating until like right before the party.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
then but then this time I'm watching it and it was like, oh, they've been friends and they slept together, and then friggin' HUD goes to every
tells
single
everybody.
person at the party
Yeah.
and tells them about this.
Like
Yeah,
a
he
high
records
schooler, like
that.
they've had sex together. Like
Yeah.
God, I hate TJ
and
Miller.
these are all at the youngest. They've got to be like 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's blowing
So
up Rob's spot.
Still knows, but he should have known better.
Also, is
Yes.
like once again going back to the soundtrack of the fact of hearing like architecture in Helsinki for Do the World One. I'm like, ooh, they got whoever put that soundtrack.
Was there
together.
any Animal Collective?
No, I mean I think it's close.
That
to
what they ruled parties
yeah.
when I was in college.
Black.
remember
I mean,
they threw
Black
the Gorillaz
Keys,
on there.
Bright
Yeah.
Eye Spoon. That's a big one. Rat-a-tat. Of Montreal. That's basically the alternative. of
yeah.
that.
yeah,
yeah.
Who's that DJ? Girl Talk.
Oh,
Moby?
Girl Talk. Oh man, you're really hitting all the spots. God damn it. Yeah. No, and also before King of Leon got really uncool.
Well, Girl Talk's thing was just take like the your favorite part from like the most popular song ever and put that in the middle of a bunch of other songs.
It just works. The formula works.
does.
Great live shows.
Hey, do you like singing Hold Me Closer from Tiny Dancer? You're going to love this guy.
Yeah, and then also the actual soundtrack parts and the soundtrack, it looks like was put together by Michael. God, he always works with him. Giacchino? I can't pronounce it.
Something Italian.
He's a very famous soundtrack composer.
Say it like an Italian man, Brandon.
Giacchino?
Giacchio.
I've never said it out loud, and I feel so stupid because I've read it so many times.
Are they a composer? Or are they
Yeah, they're a
just
big
like
one, the Pixar one.
So they don't just like, oh, okay, I'm going to take this song and this song and this
No,
song?
he
book
did
Randy Newman?
famously.
'Cause I can do that.
Famously, I think he got an Oscar for doing the soundtrack to Up for Pixar.
That's a good
Sorry,
soundtrack.
the soundtrack to Up by Twister. I said that wrong.
Twista.
See, now I'm doing good callback jokes. I'm right. I'm online. But no, that is a fantastic soundtrack, and he usually works with J.J. Abrams and then started doing a bunch of Pixar stuff too. Listeners at home, email me how to pronounce it. Once again, that's podzookipodcast@gmail.com. Podzooky podcast@gmail.com. Anyways, back to the story. They have the party. T.J. Miller tells everybody. She runs off.
And that leads to leads to an argument, and Beth leaves with her boyfriend to go back to her apartment that's on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Very quick.
Yeah, she gets there very quickly, given how quickly the monster attacks after she
Almost
leaves.
comically, of like she gets there quick and she just sits down. It's like, I hope a monster doesn't attack me, and then just happens.
She's got that New York hustle.
I think they do a cut like after she leaves because what's his face, our main character, is like more drunk and more sad at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hanging on the fire escape. His brother is doing a piss poor job trying to make him feel better.
Yeah,
His brother does suck.
This guy's our main character has terrible friends.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it really does. I mean, once again, shout out to Lily, the only one who seems to be keeping that entire group together and doing all the work. Very, very big mom energy to her. But yeah, God, T.J. Miller character HUD just sucks so bad in this. I think it is to get to the end point when he gets the big kill from Cloverfield. It is the point where like, yeah, finally, thank God, thank you.
Yeah.
He finally gets that kiss.
Yeah, finally, the big old smooch. When they're trying to cheer him up on the basically kind of like rooftop, that's when the whole kind
Wherever everybody would be smoking.
where everybody's smoking. I mean, once again, the feeling, the soundtrack of being in a party in the early aughts, they got it so perfect. The nostalgia hit me really hard for this. I feel like,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd be so high on that rooftop just and talking about, it's actually,
Yeah, it's like the 40th floor.
yeah.
You
And
wouldn't
just-
go back to the party. You just keep hanging on that roof.
and be like,
Maybe
listen,
life is going to be okay.
and it's like, yeah, of Montreal's the famous one from Elephant Six, but you should listen to the microphones. That album's amazing. And
We're
then
going to
people will be
elect
like,
Obama, and then
Yeah.
everything's going to be great.
We own this city.
Yeah. Man, it really did feel like things were going right for a little bit here.
Yeah.
Oh, the parties after the Obama election?
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't want to get too depressed. I shouldn't complain. I'm happy where I'm in life right now. Anyways, Cloverfield appear. They don't show him right away, but basically a giant
You
ball.
see
of-
you see the
and it's really,
Statue of
it
Liberty
is like
scene.
honestly frightening how they do it, where it's this giant ball of fire starts kind of shooting shrapnel everywhere. People are like panicking. You see a bunch of things shoot onto the street. They basically run down the stairs to kind of. It's still unclear about their plan. Was like, I guess, go outside to the streets, but whatever. The movie has to move on.
They want to see what's happening because when they are at the rooftop, they see an explosion and someone gets news that like, oh, this is either a terrorist attack or an oil tanker like exploded in the harbor.
Yeah, one of the fireballs that was flying from the explosion reaches like the door of their rooftop.
Yes.
So pretty close.
Yeah. So I guess I'd
Got to get out of that building.
The
Yeah, that's
worst, one of the worst aspects of the movie is certain things happen only because they're like, well, we can't have them sitting around.
We gotta move the
So
scene.
we have that. Like that's the only reason the little like Mauser creatures come off of the monster at
They
all.
do have a mouser kind of like energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking fleas when it was popping off.
They're
But
very
yeah,
gross.
fleas,
They did a good job of
Mauser.
making it very gross.
Well, I
Yeah.
was trying to think of the Tremors sequel when they become like little
They're
Mauser creatures,
grab-
but
they're
I
not
always
called
call them
graboid.
Browser.
Yeah.
Ass blasters.
ass blast. That's a different one.
The scientific name.
That's the
Yeah.
third one.
The third one.
Yeah.
I'll look it up. Listen, as we know, we'll have back. Actually, I hope it might be next episode. But we did Tremors with him recently. Well, recently, like a year ago. What a movie! Love that movie.
I do want to rewatch Tremors.
Such a good one.
When creature features were fun before they had to just be depressing.
Yeah, this did have a pretty
Depressing.
serious tone throughout it. Very, very little comedy coming out of our unreliable cameraman.
It's like I was getting at earlier. Like this was considered to be like a serious movie by some people. I like it.
This is a perfect I'm 14 and this is deep kind of movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I think the way I described it was it made the dumbest person you know feel like they were smart.
That I think that's
that belongs on the box.
that's the phrase going around on social media really that I really always cracks me up when I see. It's like, oh, this must hit really hard if you're stupid.
Yeah,
If you could read this, it would be funny.
the bitch fell off.
The bitch really did fall off. As they do, as you say, there is a lot of like, I wouldn't say Deus Ex Machinas, but things to like, we're gonna get the next scene to go for where the movie needs to go, because they go down the main street.
The main mission is just Rob trying to get across town to get to Beth's high-rise apartment and save her.
Yes.
Yes,
As he was running away across the bridge.
Yes, because they're trying to get out of the city because they just want to get to safety. He is worried about Beth, but not sure about where she is. He eventually is able to get a message on his phone to be like, "Oh no,
Yeah,
Beth
he has
is...
to go and steal that battery.
Oh yeah, no, from an electronics store. But
Gotta
wait, no, we're
loot.
skipping. His brother has to die on the bridge in a very dramatic, like, oh, he couldn't hold on for 5 seconds kind of way.
That was a good tail smack of the bridge.
Was that a tail smack?
I believe so.
I
It,
thought
it
he
was
just knocked the
some
thing
one
down.
of their
Appendages?
tendrils or whatever. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Clover monster's not designed super great.
Also, I do have a bone to pick with it. Why did it throw the head of the Statue of Liberty, but the arm is still there?
Because that's what was in the trailer.
Yeah.
But, like, they could have broken the arm off or something. I guess that's more CGI budget.
See, I
but,
like to imagine him like winding up like a baseball shot, like he's just pulling it back, like, okay, and 1,
Well, that's
2, like
Whipped
perfect.
it far.
that's the thing I don't like about the monster. The monster doesn't feel enough like a monster. It feels like it's doing things too purposeful to be like, this is dramatic.
That's why at the very end, when it eats T.J. Miller, like it goes specific. It's a gigantic monster.
Yeah, once again, shout out
T.J.
to
Miller's the
Cloverfield.
size of a friggin' ant.
Doesn't even fucking eat him.
Yeah, just bites him up.
It spits him out. It's like, did it chomp him in half?
But
Chopped him in half.
It gets to a thing that really bothers me. I don't think really any of the monster or action stuff was ready by the time they'd filmed all the stuff.
No, not at all.
Because, yeah, they didn't know what the monster was going to look like. I think this is probably even ahead of its time for how action movies are made now, where the action's made completely separate from the human elements of a movie. Like Marvel does that a lot.
We were following so much of the destruction of the skyscrapers and apartment buildings of the monster, but I really think that the scariest part of it was probably the Mousers.
The tunnels.
Yeah.
In the tunnels when it was dark, and I think that was also a good use of the shaky cam and the camera
absolutely.
light, and they also decided to test out the night vision.
Yeah, no, all the premium features that this consumer grade camera in 2006
The paranormal
has.
activity vision.
Yeah. And also
do a
going back
star
to there's a few honest moments of tension, and we'll get to it after that, but also I think the beginning when they do go into the convenience store and you just see the smoke and you hear the giant footsteps and basically trying to figure out what's going on. And then, yeah, of course, the tunnels, and this will be later, but when they actually climb up the half-collapsed building, too, that was, I feel like, really well done of like, oh, shit, I don't like the feeling of this.
That was a cool shot.
I did appreciate. I wanted more good use of extras.
Yes.
I really appreciated in the electronics store how there are all of these people who are just looting and taking whatever, but then there are a bunch of people who are like frozen with stuff in their hands, watching the news report as they see the military fighting this thing.
It should have been. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I thought they were watching SpongeBob. It was right.
There
on
was
the
SpongeBob.
TV.
SpongeBob
It's
was
like,
also there, which I did also appreciate.
Sandy Cheeks specifically.
yeah, they're all there. Like, oh, I need a break. I need a minute to.
God, they're like me.
It would have been so good if they had like 3 people watching SpongeBob.
Yeah, it should have been a bigger collage of stuff. And I kept wondering, this is going back to the beginning of the movie, but it's framed like we're seeing top secret video files.
Which
that
is a
the
cool
government
idea
have.
if they did more with that, too.
Well, yeah, well, then why wouldn't the government cut out the romance parts and just keep the
I mean, a
important
pervert
parts
put it
about the
together.
monster
They're giving
attack?
you the raw files because it's interspersed with the romance parts. Because I guess it's not even a digital file; it is a tape.
I guess in 2008, you were still like,
Yeah, no,
It might have been
technology was to a
No,
point
no,
where
no.
it wouldn't ruin all movies.
I do think it was a tape because like it's interspersed throughout it, where like some of the tape is their date from the last
maybe,
month, and then the rest of it's
and they didn't put the little blue Q out there to show that it's a quick time. So
Oh,
Yeah.
man, QuickTime. Wow.
See, this could have been a precursor to all those movies that take place on a computer screen now.
I pulled it up so long ago, but the little creatures from Tremors they're called Shriekers. I forgot, from Tremors too.
Shriekers.
They're a really cool design though. Shout out to all the designs for Tremors too. We should, man. I really threw it off by doing that so late. I should have done it earlier. I mean, they do look a lot like the parasites, though.
Yeah, they do.
Which they are just called parasites, but basically, as they're trying to escape, they of course go to the Brooklyn Bridge, and it's like, listen, I know I know what you're gonna do, but it's so telegraphed. Of like, they're all on the bridge, they're trying to get out there. Of course, it's gonna.
Well,
collapse.
especially when the brother gets up on the thing, you're like, oh, that bridge is going, getting smacked down. Which I don't believe that any of them would have been able to get off the bridge if it'd been destroyed.
This movie also has a few scenes that earns more emotion and drama than I was expecting going back and watching it. When he gets the phone call from his brother, like, I'm dying, I'm bleeding out. It's just like, oh, this sucks. I feel so bad for this guy.
When he gets the phone call from Beth?
No, when he gets from, I thought it's from his brother too.
No, his brother gets killed on the thing.
Oh, that's right.
He gets a call from his
Beth.
mom.
Yeah. Oh, about saying he's dead. That's
where he tells his mother that, like, oh,
once
he's
again,
dead.
more pathos and like emotions for these characters that are just so quickly, like, I feel like put together and written. And once again, Drew Goddard is a writer I really like, but I think it is that thing of this got more viral, sensation than they were expecting. So like, we gotta get some people on this right away. It is Beth who does the call, but then he calls his mom. That's why I was thinking for that one.
I was a little surprised when he was talking to his mom. It just seemed like a normal mom conversation that he's having while there's this mayhem happening.
Which is actually pretty
It's
realistic.
like, I'm fine. Nothing's really going on. We're okay. I think we're gonna get something to eat.
How's Becky? Becky's a family dog.
It got exploded by a parasite. So at this point, they're trying to basically get out of New York City, basically, where they're kind of trapped. This leads them to kind of going in a weird route, going through the tunnels, which is where we get to the parasites, which is basically they notice a bunch of rats are running in one direction. Always a great horror trope of like, you should follow those things probably.
Yeah.
But basically a bunch of little mouser-like parasite creatures there jump out. They kind of struggle with them for a bit, and then Lizzie Kaplan's character gets bit pretty bad, which leads to one of the more horrific scenes, I think, in this film. As soon as they kind of X out there, they all survive. They get picked up by like a group of soldiers, and then like Lizzie's not doing so well where she got bit, so they kind of quarter off to the side of a quarantine, and then like through a shallot you see her like kind of like expand and then explode into blood.
I think they showed us too much.
Yeah.
Because her death, I think, could have been very horrific, but I just find it funny.
Yeah,
I laughed too.
Yeah.
When she blew up.
Yeah.
I didn't know, like, when I saw it originally, I definitely thought it was just her kind of exploding in blood.
Yeah.
Then I was watching this one, like, is it supposed to be like she exploded in blood or they killed her?
Yeah.
And I do think it was supposed to be her exploding in blood, but I also think
Yeah.
it's supposed to be kind of vague. I think it was just they don't really know what they were doing with that, like if she was sick, because I don't even think the future movies do anything.
Well,
with
no, like they don't know what they were doing with it, because even like the medical people scream like, "We got a bite," and like they don't show you enough of it to be like, okay, wait, I don't know specifically what happened. I wish they wouldn't have shown an explosion.
Yeah.
Basically, because
have
it
them
does just
dragging
make
her
it seem
off.
like, oh my god, these parasites, they're gonna infect you with explosion.
I guess they couldn't have her dragged off, and then they'd be like, "Well, I guess we got to go save Beth now."
Yeah, I guess they
Save
did
from the military doctors.
immediately be to signal her death in some way, but like I don't
Let's
know.
say the plot writing this is like, okay, this character's clearly dead, so we can go get the other character now.
Yes.
She's dead. You don't have to worry about her anymore.
Don't think about it.
I
Super
was-
helpful military guy will be like, oh, it's okay. Movie's got to keep going. Go out these tunnels, guys.
Yeah, it does seem like they could have just let her die to the Mausers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
At first, I was really confused about what happened to her. You know, she's bleeding from the eye. She's super pale.
Like,
And
that
then
already enough
gets-
is pretty frightening. They didn't have to, like,
Yeah, surprised that like that's what a cut from one of these like sea bugs would do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't see that it was like an explosion until later. I had to like rewind it. At first I thought, oh, did she turn into like a weird little Cloverfield zombie or something?
Yeah.
But no, she just explodes, and that's the only way to get away from HUD.
Yeah. She could sense the future allegations coming out.
Gotta check out.
Yeah. Good on you, Lizzie Kaplan.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, at this point, they basically decide that they need to go get Beth and get to her building.
It is a little weird that all three of them
Go,
go.
yeah.
He
And
does mention that.
He does even say, like, you guys don't have to follow. They're like, no, we got to keep the movie going.
We gotta stay
Basically,
together.
yeah.
We gotta stay in frame.
Yeah. So they all stay in frame, and they get basically to where Beth's building is. And like I said, this is kind of a neat set piece of where the building is basically collapsed halfway, where it's leaning against another one.
Yeah, her building's collapsed over onto its neighbor building.
Yeah. And they do really good. The tension is really well done, where it's them like having to climb through like a open.
They go up to the
exposed-
roof of the non-collapsed building.
Oh,
and
and they do introduce the ticking clock before this when they're talking to the military guy.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
it's
the
6:00. We're
Yeah.
bringing in the airstrike.
The military guy's like, "Don't do this," but I guess I guess I can't stop you. Go at 0600.
I was just on the phone with
chopper.
J.J. Abrams. He's like, we gotta move it along.
It's nice of him to give that information out.
Yeah.
It's
Only
not
got-
like he would be withholding or
We've
something.
only got craft services for 4 more hours.
yeah. And
oh, if they're gonna blow up all of Manhattan, they couldn't keep that under wraps.
yeah. That's a good point. But yeah, they find Beth in like the phone call earlier. She was bleeding, but she's like stuck on basically what do they call that?
Rebar.
Which is kind of a horrific scene. They don't. Once again, what you said earlier about how they showed too much of Lizzie Kaplan. This scene works really well because you see it stuck in her, and then they show her off camera of them lifting her up. I'm like, oh,
It's
like,
such a cliche about being in a broken down building, though, having a
Yeah.
rebar sticking through your shoulder.
Oh, 100%.
it's
That's
kinda-
exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to say if it happens to me. Like, what am I, a cliche?
But then you think about it, like, man, I could see it happening. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to die like a poser.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, like, when they get her out, she kind of like, okay, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
They're
Then
running
she started
after that.
running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How is she running
Well,
with
I mean-
like a big old hole through her
They should all
stomach?
be like limping.
Well, they
and
have to-
at the very
weak.
end, they kind of are.
They have to quick time event across the building. It's
Yeah.
fine.
This would be such a good Resident Evil 4 QuickTime game.
I was actually kind of upset looking into this. Like, this could have made a pretty good PlayStation 3 game.
Or like a really weird like Japanese arcade game that got like a really big cult following, like the Die Hard arcade game.
Oh, that'd be great.
Well, didn't Japan have a whole series of games where it was just surviving disasters?
Yeah.
They were,
that
like,
was
kinda like-
so they lost the license because they originally did a Die Hard arcade game like around the Dreamcast era. That was fantastic. It was really fun. I got to play it a few times, but they didn't have the rights, so they brought it back as like a survival, like basically disasters are happening each time. Because that was like one of the first games to do the like quick time event thing really intensely.
I really remember the Die Hard arcade game.
Yeah,
That
it was really fun.
cool.
God, it was so good.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to the Die Hard arcade game. Anyways, to get back to the plot, they get Beth and then they're just trying to escape. They actually get to the extraction point to get in the helicopters. The funny thing is, like, Lily gets put into a separate one, who's the only character who survives, basically. They get hit down by Mr. Cloverfield himself after they watch him get bombed by a stealth bomber. And once again, I think, like you said, the focus of Cloverfield being so focused and directed feels cheesy watching this again. Because, like, it could have just been a bomb goes haywire or they're close enough to explosion, it shoots off the helicopter.
Yeah.
And even then you wouldn't expect the Cloverfield monster to show up there. And then when it does, it's a lot more surprising. But the fact that he knocks him over and then shows up right away is like, okay, like fucking Deus Ex Machina the Kaiju.
It's
Yeah.
also really the first time you get a good look
Yeah.
at the creature in the movie.
Right. That was really that's when they were really showing off their CGI.
Yeah.
The monster's just showing his profile, the front,
Hey,
other
guys.
profile.
Hey, guys.
Look at me.
I'm so pretty.
As someone who's now seen a lot of kaiju movies, this thing is very overdesigned.
Yeah.
It's definitely because, yeah, you definitely know they didn't have it designed when they made it. I don't understand how it friggin' threw the Statue of Liberty's head.
No, not
It
at
seems
all.
like it can't support itself without both arms being
Yeah.
on the ground at one
Maybe
time.
he had like a giant like Dennis the Menace slingshot he brought with him from space that he used for that.
Yeah.
Oh no, maybe they teamed up with a giant Bart Simpson to saw it off like he did to the head of Jebediah Springfield.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was another
R.I.P.
thing that I
Jebediah.
remember from when the movie was coming out. A lot of people speculating on what the creature was going to look like, and
I thought for a second you could say a lot of people were speculating when Bart Simpson was going to show up. No, he's
done
in the
that.
movie.
Yeah. There's Bart falling from the sky.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cow a bummer.
this was only like a year after the Simpsons movie, so
That's true.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
it would make perfect sense.
Was this a Fox production too? No, I'm not going to start Googling again on the podcast. But yeah, basically the helicopter gets knocked over by Cloverfield. They end up in like Central Park, I want to say,
Yeah.
which they kind of did the first shot of the movie. So good for them for being cyclical. It literally is right there and picks up TJ Miller and like bites him in half.
Well, so TJ Miller goes to retrieve the camera. So he's walking towards the camera, picks the camera up, then his friends behind him look over. The monster
sneaks up on him.
The monster is in that direction. He would have
Yeah.
seen it if he's walking to pick up
Yeah,
the
there's
camera.
no way.
It's so hard to believe that they don't see this like It's a
Like,
30
literally,
As
even-
big as the Statue of
Even
Liberty.
getting
Yes.
out of a crashed
Yes.
helicopter and having shell shock, there's no fucking way you wouldn't notice that still.
Also, T.J. Miller specifically taunted that monster. That's the only reason it went for the helicopter.
Yeah.
Because the whole time he's in there, he's yelling like, "We fucking got you.
Yeah.
You killed the girl I wanted to fuck, and we got you."
And then he can smell sex pests, so he's like, I gotta get that guy.
That guy's gonna call it a bomb threat.
I'm trying to help the world.
I hate bombs.
Yeah.
I did like the effect of when he was dead, the camera auto-focusing on the grass and then on him. That doesn't make it a good movie.
It
but that
was
a
cool. Yeah, it
That was
was
cool.
Both times I was like, yeah, it's pretty neat. And then basically you get the whole thing of where Beth and why am I forgetting his name already? Rob basically get stuck in a tunnel together, and they're like right before they're like, I love you.
Oh, they're under that little bridge.
Yeah, they're under the
that
little bridge.
little cobblestone bridge.
Yeah. My friends, that's actually the whole Cloverfield plot.
Oh, you hear more of them dying than I was expecting.
Yeah, and which once again made it a little bit more grim than we needed.
Yeah, it
to
should
be.
have just been the first explosion, and then it cuts to black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those actors kind of really sold it, where it got to the point where like, oh, this is a little uncomfortable, like watching a snuff film.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got irked. Now, if you do sit through the credits, they do have a little scene where it shows them on their date at Coney Island. 'Cause she mentions she's never been there before. And then once again, if you notice in the background, there's a little thing that shoots into the ocean. It's supposed to be like the Cloverfield monster, I guess, implanting itself some space. They never. The thing with this movie and the franchise is they've kind of had. I won't say how many movies because it's going to be part of the game section later on. But they've had enough outings where it's like they keep teasing you're going to learn more of it, and you never do. It kind of works, and then it doesn't at the same time.
I would argue it doesn't work at all.
It doesn't. Well,
10 Cloverfield Lane
I was about to say 10 Cloverfield
was
Lane.
a cool movie, but
yeah.
it didn't need to be connected to Cloverfield.
Yeah, exactly.
Did we do it for this podcast?
No.
We should do that. It's so
It's a
fucking
good movie, yeah.
It's so good.
I'd do it.
Yeah.
When this was first coming out, it seemed pretty obvious at the time that it was like a sea creature until that last bit where apparently it falls from space. But then with all the other Cloverfield movies, they're all space based. So is it an alternate dimension? Is it just little monsters flying into
Well, no.
Sure.
So,
Yeah,
Sure.
Why not?
Why not, JJ?
well, this isn't even talking about the movie. This is just, I mean, I don't know if this is confirmed. I think this has been confirmed. All of the Cloverfield movies are just called that because they were sci-fi films that were already in production, and they were like, oh, yeah, let's just make this more popular.
Yeah, basically.
Most likely, yeah, I'm sure.
There's also 3 movies that they
I
were
know
gonna,
the space station one. That's what it was.
There was 3 movies that they were going to try to tie into it as well, and the 2 notable ones that I thought were really surprising was Overlord. I don't know if any of you have seen Overlord. I have no clue how they're going to tie that in because it's literally about like Nazi scientists make a super soldier.
Oh, I remember that.
A potion that goes haywire. Very good movie. Liked it a lot. Great horror film.
Okay.
And then
So
Underwater.
T.J. Miller plays a Nazi scientist.
Yeah, and then Underwater, which T.J. Miller was in, and I could see how it was supposed to be tied, but basically at the very end of production, like, no, we can't do the tie-in, so we'll make it Cthulhu instead. Which, once again, we have done Underwater for this podcast. I did like.
Oh
the
yeah,
movie
was
a
that
lot.
the Kristen Stewart movie?
Yeah,
Yeah, I really like that
It
movie.
was Cthulhu.
Yeah.
and I think I could see how when it went into the early stage of production, it was very clear like this would have been a Cloverfield film.
Yes, but so go listen to our episode about that movie. I would argue being Cthulhu makes it better. If this were a Cloverfield movie, I would actually hate it now. Actually,
yeah, man, Cthulhu is so fun.
yeah.
Shout out to very old racists who wrote really good short stories.
Hey, it's okay. We can't look at everybody. We gotta look at everyone in the frame of their time.
Yes.
Because even in the time, he was actually pretty racist.
Yeah, even back in the early 1900s, like, whoa, HP, calm it down.
Don't look up the name of his cat.
Yeah.
He never made much money though.
Yeah,
He was
exactly.
never very successful in his career.
That's why it's fine. That's why I don't hate him as much as I hate J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. Actively alive and damaging the trans community because she is a monster of a person.
That's right.
Notorious
monster.
turf, J.K. Rowling.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll have her on the podcast. No, I wouldn't.
Anything to
yeah.
get some clout.
When that man, what a rotten mindset you have to have of like wanting to make your podcast big by doing that. I'm so glad we have 5 listeners.
I don't know, Brandon. I kind of want to be an FBI director someday.
Oh, like I don't know. Would you say what would your nickname be, like Cash Money or?
I don't know if I can do Cash Money anymore. I feel like that's taken. Let me be Little Change.
Little Change is pretty good.
What would
Cash poor.
What would you put your name on? What sort of little devices?
What
gadgets, or
weird
drinks?
bar would you get drunk at that people would try to go to afterwards when they find out?
Oh, so this is actually something I've wanted to do for a little while. I had friends who did like a Studio 64 themed wedding, and I thought a great like wedding gift would have been like monogrammed Coke mirrors for everyone.
That's really
so
good.
I'm gonna say like just make me a monogrammed Coke mirror and give those away to people. Because if you don't do Coke, it's nice to have a mirror.
Yeah, make
change.
it a little
Don't
compact.
have to use your phone every time.
Yeah, man. Shout out to cocaine.
What were we talking about?
Let's
They
review.
made an energy drink in the early 2000s that was like
Wasn't it called crack?
cocaine or crack.
Yeah,
Yeah, it came in like powder, and you were supposed to add it too.
And then
it's
also
like,
famously, the era of like embarrassing products like Balls was another one.
I remember
energy.
Balls.
well, Balls
Yeah.
was around for a little while.
It was.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
no,
They
Balls was
spelled
still
it with
around.
a W.
Actually, it had a
Orange
pretty good
Gina.
flavor too. Orange Gina.
China.
Four Loko when it could kill you.
Lemonade when it could kill you from Panera. A lot of products that can kill you. We love living in America. Let's get to reviews for this movie. I'm gonna give this out of 5 out of 1 out as a rating system. Oof, sorry, long day. We're gonna do it 1 out of 5 J.J. Abrams Productions because he puts his name all over this shit. It's really annoying. I feel like the more I think about this and how he does his marketing.
Well, I was going to mention earlier, J.J. Abrams. He's kind of like Spielberg in that he understands movie tropes, but he's not as good of a storyteller as Spielberg
Yes.
is.
Absolutely.
I 100% agree with that. I mean, I still have some fondness for Super 8, but it's like he's aping, and it's that thing of like when you just kind of go after your idols and you try to do that over and over again, you're not really making anything new.
Yeah,
or
he knows how to
better.
manipulate people into thinking what he wants them to think. Usually,
He puts butts in seats.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what
Hate to
counts
say
in
it's
Hollywood.
yeah, it's really. I mean, look at our society.
I did like the 09 Star Trek movie.
I did too. The first one,
Yeah.
The two after. Oh my god, they.
I love the third one.
I didn't see the third one.
Yeah, that's the Star Trek Beyond, the one that was written by Simon Pegg.
Oh, I could see that being fun then.
Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
but yeah,
the Wrath of Khan remake with Benedict Cumberbatch. Ooh, that sucked. God, that was a bad film. Anyways, for this movie, I'll kick it off for the reviews. A very solid 3 out of 5, I'd say, where it's a little bit above a 2.5. Watching it again, I did enjoy it, but it's like you said, it can't really get past the tropes. I'm surprised, too, once again, with having such a good director and writer at it. But I think it was like, okay, this movie got way more hype, and I think they really did just cobble together a movie because they're like, oh no, we actually have to put time into this. That said, enjoyable watch, good popcorn flick. The suspense and when it does happen correctly is really well done. Once again, like the tunnel scenes, I think the beginning like steps of all of the disaster and carnage happening, the like building vaulting when they're trying to get through there, all pretty interesting. But then there's just like a lot of really stupid and overdone tropes. And once again, I really agree with the critique of the Cloverfield monster just being too like where it needs to be exactly every time is kind of like what are we doing here, guys?
Hey, I read the script.
It honestly feels like it is a Bugs Bunny type character.
Read the script and it hits all its cues.
Yeah. Stage left is what he says as soon as he leaves.
that was Snagglepuss,
Yeah, very, very Snagglepuss oriented. But yeah, I'd say,
aka Bottom Cat.
you know, what, I'm gonna. And we all know Top Cat is Huckleberry Hound. I'm
Top
going-
Cat.
Top Cat.
I know that's a joke. This is already Top Cat. Ruined my own joke.
My joke about Huckleberry Hound is like, finally, what if Forrest Gump was a gay dog?
It's man, I love that guy. I'm gonna bump it up though, real quick before I pass it off. To actually, more to 3.5 because even talking about, it, I'm like, I do enjoy it. It's a stupid film, but it's the thing that it does correctly is it's a fun stupid film. It's not like a pain to watch it. You know?
Oh yeah. I will take next. I also want to give this movie a 3 out of 5. I enjoyed this movie the whole way through. It kept my attention the whole way through. I think my biggest critique is exactly what Brandon has already brought up. The monster doesn't feel like unique enough either. It doesn't feel like it's an animal. It feels like it just read the script and needed to do these things so a movie could happen.
There's really no reason it couldn't have been Godzilla.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
true.
this could have been any kaiju, really.
I remember when I
Kong.
saw the trailer originally, I thought, oh, is that going to be a new Godzilla movie, a new American Godzilla?
Also, if I could time travel and make one recommendation to this production crew, like, just fucking pay your extras in the beginning so they can have 1 or 2 lines where they talk about this guy.
Yeah.
I notice it when there are 40 fucking people at this party and we only hear from 4 of them.
And it's a big party, so it's like really confusing.
Exactly.
I did want to say this. I was going to save it for after this, but a very specific quote is that, or talking about the movie, was J.J. Abrams conceived the monster film when him and his son visited a toy store in Japan while promoting Mission Impossible 3. And he explained, we saw all these Godzilla toys, and I thought, we need our own American monster. And not like King Kong. I love King Kong. King Kong's adorable. And Godzilla is charming, but we love Godzilla. But I want something that was just intense and insane. And this made me think, is J.J. Abrams stupid.
Remember, this was when the Game of Thrones guys were still considered brilliant writers.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the game. Wait, when was that?
2013.
It was before Game of Thrones was
Yeah.
a TV show.
Yeah,
but
what
they
year did it
were
come out?
writing other stuff.
Oh, okay.
What year was was Game of
Because
Thrones?
they worked with J.J. Abrams on some stuff too, some of his
Oh,
TV
I
shows.
didn't even realize.
Yeah, back in the day, we all had very high opinions
man.
of TV writers. They could do no
Yeah,
wrong.
Lindelof, he worked on Lost.
2011. I didn't realize
That's
it
when
was
it
that
started?
early. Yeah, for
Wow.
Game of Thrones.
And then it just blew through all of its goodwill in those last 2 years.
Insane, especially like how it really did feel like this is prestige television.
Yeah, no, it's wild how much of a I don't know, it's a cultural touchstone.
really was.
Yeah, it was like those first few seasons. Even like Grandma knew who Daenerys Targaryen was. Anyway, my review. Were you done?
Yes, I'm all done.
I'll give this movie a 2 out of 5, and
It's got a sad ending. Don't you like that?
I mean, it's fine. It didn't need to be so sad. It's more so. I feel like you mentioned the movie being fun. I guess as far as like, it's definitely a popcorn movie, but it's not fun in the way it would have been if this came out.
Yeah,
like
the ending almost
5
feels
years earlier.
Yeah.
The ending almost feels like a betrayal of its own fun nature. Of like, you didn't have to be that much of a downer for the ending.
Yeah, no, this seems like it was supposed to be like a fun date movie, but you're not getting laid after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Everyone's
game
getting
sucked.
crushed by bridges in this movie.
Yeah, and mostly it feels like I don't want to be too harsh on it because it did a lot of things that movies weren't doing at the time, and I kind of got to respect that, but also it's doing things that I don't think movies should have started doing. It's very manipulative, I think, in the way.
Yeah, the viral marketing almost feels kind of like obscene now. Thinking back on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much of like movies not being about the movie itself, but around all the crap around it.
The
Like
sizzle of the steak.
again, like a lot of future Rick and Morty fans were probably a real big fan of this movie, but at the same time, I like Matt Reeves' stuff and what he's gone on to do. And I don't know. I didn't give it a 1 because it was under 90 minutes. So it got bumped up a point for
Cool
that.
and calm collected hour and 24 minutes.
Yeah, when I saw
84 minutes.
At one point, I was checking the time and like, this movie's only got 30 minutes left. This is the best movie I've ever seen.
A win for time.
When you do a podcast starting since 2017, you start really looking at that clock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when did watching movies become a chore?
Yeah. Podcasting.
Same time talking became hard.
We're all tired, boys.
Yeah.
We got to stop doing this at night.
Yeah. Richard, give me that review. I got
give us-
kids.
Let's see.
Give us that review.
I'm going to give it 3 J's.
3 J.
3 J's out of 5 J's.
Wow.
JJJs.
I liked the pacing. I liked the shaky cam footage of the monsters, so you couldn't get like a glimpse of them a little bit, and then I didn't like the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't sympathize with them. Hudson was tough to watch and listen to. Is Rob the main guy? I'm not so sure.
No, Rob is the main guy, and
He is the main
I do
guy.
think the only character I could identify with was a pretty girl who doesn't like J.J. Abrams. What's her name again?
Oh, that's Lizzie Kaplan's character? Or Lil-
Yes,
Yeah, Lizzie Kaplan.
Thank you.
Yeah, and then some of the things working for it, this is going to sound kind of strange, but I guess some of the things working for it worked against it too, like the viral marketing campaign. So much of what makes this movie, the origin story behind the seabed nectar to make Slusho that pissed off the creature, because I guess it was also trying to get the nectar.
it did a
It likes the
little
doctor.
media. Yeah.
That the viral marketing worked just because they did so much work on the internet to kind of drive up this like mystery and to try to like leak and drop like certain bits of information to fill out the story. But at the same time though, I kind of wish all that information was contained within the movie, at least in like little parts.
But once again, they could have done like cutouts to commercials or things like that too with
Yeah.
the fucked up footage.
Yeah, if you're going to show that this handy cam's tape is kind of corrupted and is being overwritten and kind of like shaking between like the past video of him and Beth's date and then what's actually happening with the monster. Yeah, why not just overwrite the tape with more stuff? Like maybe you did film the TV and it's like an ad for Slusho, or something like that. But
yeah, it would have been totally smart making more like RoboCop or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this would have been perfect as a RoboCop type movie to actually
right.
give us some world building.
Well, I was a little. Go ahead.
But very little merch opportunities here for the monster. Once you finally get a look at the monster, I don't think the monster itself had much of like a lasting impact on things.
You know,
one of the
those when
new-
you first see it, you're kind of like, oh, that's interesting. Then you think about it, it really doesn't make any sense.
It's
or
like how they
do
threw
anything
a bunch
that-
of like new monster designs for the legendary Godzilla franchises, and like it'd be one of those monsters you see briefly in a new Godzilla film that gets killed off in like the first few minutes.
Yeah, because this one's just supposed to be like a little baby monster.
Yeah.
Well,
apparently.
I remember its roar being important and people trying to decipher what it was going to look like, but I didn't even remember a roar that much from this.
Man, considering what they've been doing with the marketing, like, do you have to play it in reverse? Does it tell you a secret?
Oh yeah, like remember when you see a
Paul
mistake
is
in a
dead.
movie and it would just be a mistake, not the creators trying to hide something.
I mean,
in
Twin
a
Peaks
secret
famously the
15th
most.
episode.
Yeah, of course it's an Easter egg.
But I was going to mention, I was surprised this came out in January because this was back when I think they were still would release movies they didn't have a lot of faith in.
Yeah,
at the beginning
before
of the
January
year.
6th, when we just like let anything play for movies, but then we had to honor the
Now it's all
holiday.
year long.
Yeah,
They get really shitty movies any month.
Yeah.
because nobody's going. But so I wonder if maybe they didn't, because it felt like there was a lot of marketing leading up to it, but maybe they didn't have a lot of faith in this movie. It definitely made money, but
Yeah, I think those are the only things that lasted from Cloverfield, because it was such a larger movie to come out. Yeah, it almost seems like it would have been like the beginning of summer kind of blockbuster or something like that.
there was nothing deeper to it other than
Right.
a monster attacks Manhattan and the people have to get away from it.
Yeah.
That's it.
and with how much things have changed, it is like the completely different feel by the time like 10 Cloverfield Lane came out. Of like,
It's
it
far
lit-
more of a disaster movie than it is a monster movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
man, yeah. You know what? Let's get to that good old stupid game section because I'm really excited about this. Stupid games. I want to kick this off first because I really found a lot of the marketing and viral, presence behind it annoying. But it is, once again, I think I agree with you too, Richard. Also impressive how they kind of sold the movie. What do they my first question to you all is, what do they refer to the Cloverfield franchise as? Is it A, the Cloverfield Cinematic Universe, the CCU, B, the Cloververse, or C, the Cloverfield of Dreams?
I want to say it's the Cloverfield United Multiverse.
Okay, I'll add a fourth option and see if we get the points for that one.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'll guess B.
okay, the Cloververse. All right, Richard, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I gotta say, I do like the Cloververse better.
Yeah, that's both the point for Richard and Luke here then. So, yeah.
Did you notice mine spelled cum?
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that also point to Martin then. So
Thank you.
looks like the
One cum
Clover-
point.
Yeah, one cum point. I'll write that down. Cloverfield, you said universe of cum, you said? Sorry.
No, it was the Cloverfield Universal Multiverse.
Universal multiverse. Also, with how stupid J.J. Abrams, that is actually a possibility of
Yeah.
calling something like that. How many Cloverfield movies are there?
7.
Damn.
Ooh, I'm gonna say 3.
Okay. What do you
I
think?
can only think of 3, so I'm going to guess 4.
Okay. Well, actually, the point's going to go to Richard then. It is just 3.
Oh.
Which, of course, Cloverfield, then, of course, Cloverfield Lane came out in 2016, and then the Cloverfield Paradox in 2018. Universally panned, nobody liked.
Oh, that's what was the Cloverdox Paradox was like it was an anthology film, right?
No, it was just a straight-up film.
Oh, okay.
Now,
did I
what
watch?
happens in that movie?
That's the one where they're on a space station that somehow can, they accidentally parallel jump into different universes.
And that connects to Cloverfield House?
Yeah, because apparently the one they jump in when they get to Earth, there's like a monster flying around.
Okay.
It's
That's
stupid.
pretty tenuous.
Yeah.
But again, I guess when you work backwards
Yeah.
with your idea instead of forwards, you get stuff like that.
Absolutely. Once again, it's like an entire franchise of, once again, to go that phrase, trying to sell the sizzle for the steak. And it's like, well, the steak might not be that good. But then you see Cloverfield, once again, 10 Cloverfield, and you're like, steak's really good.
Well, it is kind of like those like movies from the 80s and 90s that would be direct to video.
Yeah.
Or like maybe
Definitely.
the first one would be theatrical and it wasn't great, but it would do enough to then they'd get some full moon direct to video
Yeah. Like,
sequels.
Would they consider it canon? Yeah, if it was direct to video, because that's exactly what the other Cloverfield monster movies felt like. Also, I kind of wish they just kept going with the monster route.
Yeah,
and
why
didn't-
not? Yeah.
Didn't expand on it or tried to like explain it. in
Literally
really
doing like
awkward
another
ways.
movie and having the found footage vantage point and doing different things of like trying to survive and being different parts would be just as interesting if it's well done. I think.
Is there a reason in the movie why the movie's called Cloverfield? I know it shows up at the beginning. They say Cloverfield, but
I think it's just once again the production they gave and they just went with it.
Yeah, I think it's just like the code name of the footage.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad to see they planned it out.
For the last game section, right now Richard's in lead with 2 points. Everybody else is at 1. What tie-in products has Cloverfield had? A, frozen drink, B, a manga, or C, short film series?
Manga.
Okay, going with manga for Martin.
Did they have a drink?
I'll go with the film series then.
Okay, yeah, Martin gets it correctly. Actually, it was a manga. They did one in production with it in 2008 because of the steam it was getting. They never actually did a frozen drink for Slusho, even though they tried to make it seem like a real one. And there is a short form series, but it's not officially canon. It's fan made.
Lost
I had a little fun
opportunities here.
researching this one. So I'll give the point. And you know what? The Dark Horse coming out, all thanks to Come. It's Martin wins
Yes.
this one. So
Come.
Come. Give me your plugs in. Whatever you want to like. Recommend. Yeah. Sorry, my brain's really going.
Oh, that's okay.
We're a real sleepy one tonight.
I'll go first. I'm going to recommend Looper because I saw Looper for the first time recently.
Oh, you've never seen Looper before?
No, never seen it before.
I love that movie.
That's a good movie.
That again is another like I think good popcorn film because I wouldn't argue this is like high art, but it's like really good action film and it's got pretty good acting and I enjoy a time travel situation that I haven't seen before. Mm-hmm. So yeah, real good there. Go give Looper a watch.
Yes, Rainn Wilson sometimes gets it down right. Sometimes he doesn't, but when he gets it good, he gets it good.
Yeah, it reminds me of the kind of movies that Bruce Willis like did before his decline.
Yeah, I feel like that 100%.
Yeah.
What was I talking about earlier? I was talking about something that.
Cloverfield.
Oh, well,
I'd like to recommend
Cloverfield.
I'd like to recommend 10 Cloverfield Lane. No, I mean I got one in the hopper if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to recommend 10 Cloverfield Lane. I mean, not jokingly. Once again, maybe we'll do it for a future Podzookie episode. But that was one where I hadn't seen Cloverfield when it got announced, and then me and Barbara went to go see it in 2016. Low expectations, and I was like, "This is a fucking movie."
Oh yeah,
it's they do once again. It's a very different route where it's not a direct monster movie like you think it is. I don't want to spoil too much, but it becomes very much a trapped situation, very claustrophobic feeling kind of horror film. But it does it so well, and you get to see John Goodman be a real fucking creep, which is really delightful to see because he really gives all of his energy to it. So yeah, if you enjoyed listening to this episode and you've seen Cloverfield, or you just want to see a really good horror film, even if it's tied to this or not. Go watch 10 Cloverfield Lane. Yeah.
See a John Batman.
And then he is a John Batman. And as always, second Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. at Lincoln Lodge. Go check out Thirst for Adventure. It is the D&D one-shot show I do with Hobart and other many previous guests that we produce, where we get comedians and artists to do D&D characters for one show. It's so fun. Thank you so much. And good night. No, we got to get the other recommendations here.
Yeah. I don't know. I still don't have anything. Don't see the new Mortal Kombat movie. It sucks.
Not good?
The first
Really?
one was way better.
I heard it was good garbage.
Nah, I mean, I didn't think so, but
Okay.
people tend to disagree with me on things. But I thought it was boring. I would rather watch the first '90s Mortal Kombat movie.
I do love
It is
that
really
movie.
fun.
That was
Yeah.
great. So yeah,
David Carradine playing Raiden, such a slam dunk.
Well,
That
like the
fucking
first Mortal
stop-motion
Kombat
Goro.
movie that came out a few years ago, that one was like a movie with a beginning, middle, and end. And this one, they just kind of put whatever in it, like this Mario sequel, honestly.
Like that Street Fighter movie's probably gonna be.
Yeah, I mean, Carl Urban was good, but he wasn't in it enough.
Carl Urban as a Johnny Cage character that's
Yeah.
good casting. You can't deny that.
That's pretty good. I wonder where Mortal Kombat Annihilation, when that came out as the sequel to the 1995 Mortal Kombat.
I think it was 1999 when it comes out. Yeah.
1991. Yeah. So, I wonder where that stands as far as Mortal Kombat movies go.
It would be fun to do those rankings.
It's better than some of the animated ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about those too.
They're rough.
The 3D animated ones.
Mortal Kombat is
Yeah.
about life.
Oh man.
Oh, Mortal Kombat wasn't a great game to begin with.
No, it's fun though.
Third one was really fun though. I
Good
remember.
memories.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always loved Reptile.
I mean, that's
cool
what
guy.
it was. It was
Sub-Zero.
good for talking on the schoolyard about shit that was hidden in it that
Yeah.
your friends had discovered.
You could
Yeah.
you could totally see your boobs if you put the code in right. You could totally see them.
What that guy's saying, toasties, frosties.
Good. Man, there's
Nobody knew.
everybody's like, Babe Dally, am I gonna get to see a babe? And it's a
Yeah.
baby. It's actually a baby. You turn him into a
It was our
baby.
only chance pre AOL.
Yeah. But Richard, do you got any good recommendations or plugs for us as well?
The only recommendation I have for my sleepy boys is
Melatonin.
you know what I've been watching lately to help me fall asleep? Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, I
Oh,
love
yeah,
Murder,
it's
She
a
Wrote.
Murder,
I
She
just
Wrote,
picked up a Murder, She Wrote action figure.
It's very fun. An Angela, an action Angela.
Yeah.
Action Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, it's honestly, if you're looking for cozy murder, 80s fashion, some actors that have yet to like make it big when they were first in it, like Bryan Cranston. I mean, Leslie Nielsen was in that one too.
A lot of
And then-
actors after they were big.
Yeah, or sometimes after they were big.
You want to see something where Angela Lansbury doesn't sing?
No.
Yeah, but yeah, she's
Yeah,
just
some episodes.
Some episodes.
yeah.
Sorry.
You got to get to the episode. Watch all the seasons straight. Get to the one where they start making fun of the Friends TV show, because then at that point you just kind of notice its age.
Yeah.
When that one's kind of a fun one to watch when you're watching the Friends parody.
There's something delightful about a show that goes so long where you get to see it go through different like genres of American like pop culture. I think Cheers is a very famous one where it starts like in the late 80s and goes all the way to the mid 90s, which is a wild shift.
Yeah.
Also love Cheers.
Seeing them take on grunge.
Yeah.
and Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that honestly a very good cozy show for like, I don't know, a lazy Friday night where you're not doing much. It feels great. I mean, you can, just fall asleep to it. Very nice, simple plot. I like it.
Oh, I forgot about the sound effects. I added a new one too. You ready for this?
Oh. Hey, that's funky.
If you got to the end of the podcast, you got a little treat there.
Oh, that's great. That's like we just picked up a power up in Jet Set Radio.
Oh, it does sound like that a lot. I'm really glad that we finally got you on here, Richard. Too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it took almost 10 years.
No, thank you for having me.
We'll have you
this
back
is
again
very sweet.
sooner than, well, at least in the next 5 years.
Would love it.
No, I'm just shooting the next year or so. But yeah, I want to see what sign off we go. I feel like the random grab bag each time has been really fun.
Oh, yeah.
But let's go for it. 3, 2, 1.
Winner
Angela
of
Lansbury's
Lansbury's
Fanberries.
I guarantee it.
Okay.
I just had a new thing.
I also
I
did
did
I-
Olive Garden.
I did a super ego joke too, because there's a super ego segment where they're just doing random sounds, and one of them goes, Angela Lansbury's Manberries. I miss super ego. What a great podcast. I'll leave it on that.
We regret that you have not yet complied with our order.
This show has been brought to you by Machine Culture.